I sat with a woman named Macrina at the Trapeza last Sunday, the coffee hour, and she was about to be off on a journey that I'm a bit jealous of. She was going, among other places, to Kildare in Ireland to celebrate the feast of St. Bridget at the shrine to St. Bridget. Bridget is one of the most beloved, but also, unfortunately, sometimes most controversial saints to come around on the calendar of the year on the 1st of February, a date which corresponds to the old Celtic feast of Imbolc, and sometimes she is considered a sort of reincarnation of some mythical Celtic goddess, Bri, and sometimes she is also considered a bishop, there being a legend that St. Mel of Ardagh sort of accidentally consecrated Bridget to be a bishop. Sometimes in icon she is shown holding a crozier. Google Bishop Bridget, and the first result will be Bridget Bishop, one of the first witches burned at Salem. So far as I can tell, references to some goddess Bri or Bridget or bride are part of the general reinvention of the Celtic twilight of the late 19th century. But without doubt, Bridget is considered one of the three enlighteners of Ireland and remains an important saint, not just in Ireland, but throughout the Catholic and Orthodox world. Table Talk with Macrina quickly turned to a discussion of the role of women in the church. Macrina saying how unusual it is for women to have such roles in the church, which I thought was ironic, considering not only that Ida is one of the most important teachers in the Celtic church, but also that she was named herself for Macrina, sister of two and teacher of all of the three holy hierarchs whose synaxis we just celebrated. Macrina, who is often considered to be sort of the ghostwriter of the Nicene Creed, generally considered just the teacher. Like so many saints, we often want to bend Bridget to our wishes. Many of my friends, especially the younger ones, love St. Bridget because of her great lake of beer. I would wish a great lake of ale for the King of Kings. I would wish the family of heaven to be drinking it throughout life and time. I would wish the men of heaven in my own house. I would wish vessels of peace to be given to them. I would wish joy to be in their drinking. I would wish Jesu to be here among them. I would wish the three Marys of great name. I would wish the people of heaven from every side. I would wish to be a rent payer to the Prince, the way if I was in trouble he would give me a good blessing. I would like the angels of heaven to be among us. I would like an abundance of peace. I would like full vessels of charity. I would like rich treasures of mercy. I would like cheerfulness to preside over all. I would like Jesus to be present. I would like the three Marys of illustrious renown to be with us. I would like the friends of heaven to be gathered around us from all parts. I would like myself to be a rent payer to the Lord, that should I suffer distress, that he should bestow a good blessing upon me. I would like a great lake of beer for the King of Kings. I would like to be watching heaven's family drinking it through all eternity. I'd like to give a lake of beer to God. I'd love the heavenly host to be tippling there for all eternity. I'd love the men of heaven to live with me, to dance and sing if they wanted. I'd put at their disposal vats of suffering, White cups of love I give them with a heart and a half. Sweet pictures of mercy I'd offer to every man. I'd make heaven a cheerful spot because the happy heart is true. I'd make the men contented for their own sake. I'd like Jesus to love me too. I'd like the people of heaven to gather from all the parishes around. I'd give a special welcome to the women, the 3 Marys of great renown. I'd sit with the men, the women of God, there by the lake of beer. We'd be drinking good health forever, and every drop would be a prayer. And there's an icon of Saints Bridget and her companion Darlua by Robert Lentz, which is often used to suggest that Bridget must certainly have been a lesbian or a feminist because, well, we like to rewrite the past in our own image any way that we can. Or we simply discard the past, assuming that somehow we in our 15 minutes of wisdom know better than anyone has ever known before. I have had quite a few messages this week about the role of sex in the church and in society, claiming that men can be mothers, or negating that men can be mothers. That seems pretty obvious. Or claiming that women can be priests and bishops because, well, after all, Mel made that mistake that time. Mel didn't continue to consecrate bishops, and whether that consecration was really valid or not remains an interesting question. But it made me think about sort of the beginnings of what we now call identity politics. And it struck me that, unfortunately, identity politics more or less begins with the church, when all we have to do is put a sign up front and say, well, I consider myself to be the church. So we self-identify as the Church of Martin, or as the Church of Henry, or as the Church of John, or even if we are the Church of Peter, we suggest that somehow all those folks who were the Church of Peter before us somehow didn't quite get it right. Now, I need to admit here that I have come to realize that my own ordination within some little tiny trickle of what is called the Old Catholic Church is, I think, a mistake. An example of people with good intentions, perhaps, I'm sure Bishop Mill had good intentions, of using the words of the church, of claiming the authority of the church to try to continue something that would not be subject to the traditions and authority of the church. A good friend of mine told me, with the best of intentions, I'm sure, that she was tired of being told what to do by men. Well, I suspect most of us are just tired of being told what to do, either by men or by women, especially when there are women in the firm apostolic tradition, such as Macrina, the teacher, who taught the men around her firmly in the apostolic tradition to believe in, well, the Nicene Creed. I watched 2 church services in which the priestesses were women this weekend, just out of curiosity, because I had friends who went there, and in both cases, the Nicene Creed was replaced by something that was a lot more woke, a lot more up to date, a lot more relevant. Well, I think that Macrina and Bridget have a lot of relevance for us. Whatever else she did, Bridget kept the oval fires burning, baptizing them and baptizing beer, I suppose, to be in service to her King, Christ. Christ our King, Christ our very King and God. And I suspect that we might be tempted these days to throw out both beer and fire because, well, we've got better things, ain't we? Solar panels, I guess, and Bud Light, I guess. As usual, I welcome any comments or thoughts that you might have about Bridget or anything else, and lighted by not the fire of Bridget, but by the fire of my laptop. I will end with the Troparion and Kontakion for Venerable Bridget of Ireland from the Orthodox Church in America website. O holy Bridget, you became sublime through your humility and flew on the wings of your longing for God. When you arrived in the eternal city and appeared before your heavenly bridegroom wearing the crown of virginity, you kept your promise to remember those who have recourse to you. You shower grace upon the world and multiply miracles. Intercede with Christ our God that he may save our souls. The holy Virgin Bridget, full of divine wisdom, went with joy away along the way of evangelical childhood, and with the grace of God attained in this way the summit of virtue. She now bestows blessings upon those who come to her with faith. O Holy Virgin, intercede with Christ our God, that he may have mercy on our souls. And I am particularly excited that my friend Macrina, who's going to Bridget with faith, will have many blessings. Thanks for watching.